na wengine shani rohoni kama korofia dodoloka koro yako ni ya kwenda hadi yote kutumeka kumenyaga lakini ukalikanyaga mbona sasa ukaniacha mbona uwezi kanifuata najua baby sikupanga naona leti yeah nasikia kwani ulichoka nafeel kanipata mbona ukanitocha ulinidanganya ukaweka kwenye tocha ulinichanganya ukaweka macha ngoja.
This is Black Ghadhafi Radio video.
Ukanitoka nakuomba tumia nikisonga wewe tunaona sikia tukoroga uweze kuitoa yeah I need you siwezi amini ulinipa huzuni nikafia na wengine shani rohoni kama korofia na dogeshondoka koro yako ni ya kwenda hadi yote kutumeka kumenyaga lakini ukalikanyaga mbona sasa ukaniacha mbona uwezi kanifuata najua baby sikupanga naona leti umenyamaza nasikia uoga kwani ulichoka nafeel kanitocha mbona
ukanitocha media
ulinidanganya ukaniweka kwenye tocha ulinichanganya ukaniweka ngoja akimbona ukanitoka nakungoja nakuomba tumia nikisonga wewe tunaona sikia tomorrow iweze kuitoa.
This is Black Ghadhafi Radio video. 21st century. This is Black Ghadhafi Radio media for the 21st century.
And a very wonderful welcome to you, family, and to the Black Ghadhafi Radio media for the 21st century. Karibuni sana right here on the Pan-African Bliss. My name is Joby. I hope that this week is coming great and doing you the best of the best. It being the 17th of November, and the year is almost coming to an end. I don't know how you feel about this particular month and the rest of the remaining days of the year. And I keep on saying that maybe if you had a purpose on 2021 and you have been waiting, for a particular time and you're not being able to progress in whatever program that you want to do, ensure that this is the best time with the remaining days of the year. Ensure that this is the time that you get to fulfill whatever you had set for this particular karibuni sana to the Pan-African Bliss. My name is Joby, in case you're joining us for the first time. I'm looking forward to interacting with you on Facebook at the Black Ghadhafi Network radio station, on Twitter at the Black Ghadhafi Network. Use the hashtag Pan-African Bliss with Joby and hashtag Black Ghadhafi Network. And of course, it is that day that we call the Wadada Day. It is the WW. We get to appreciate women across all the continent. And right here on the Black Ghadhafi Radio, you can use the hashtag WCW as you get to throw a shout out to one of your special ladies in your life. It could be your sister, your mom, your wife, it could be your daughter, anyone. We'd love to give that shout out and to those you love, and ensure that make them feel that they are really loved. Most of us, we wait till someone has disappeared, or maybe someone is gone out of your life, then you are like, I wish I told them I love them, I wish I did this. Use this particular time to do that. And in case maybe you've not had the courage to, just find that some courage inside yourself and tell them that you really care about them, because that is what we are all about. You can also interact with us on Instagram at the Black Ghadhafi Network. And of course, I'm looking forward to also you giving a call, +254 754 402 730. And in case I'm here right here, we have an amazing website. We can find us at the www www.blackofinancial.com. Once you log onto the website, feel free to create your own profile and get to enjoy these amazing vibes. We have different programs. We have the Pan African Bliss, we have the African Diary, we have the 54 Correspondent, we have the Rhythm Scoop Show, we have the 254 to Jadili Show, where it's all about life, love, and money. And also, we have the Africa Today show, which is done late at night. That is not late at night. Right here, I think it is 9 a.m., 8 a.m. I don't know about you, where you are at that time when you'll be catching that particular, episode or that particular program. You can also be able to chat on the social page and get to give your mind or share your minds and able to say what it is that you feel about the African people, and how is it that, and at the end of the day, we can be able to solve the problems that we keep on facing day to day, especially here on the African continent. And I just want to give a shout out to Rich King. You're saying that there there is that face I miss. Which face? I don't know which face you're talking about, but it could be Kami, but I'm not really sure who you're really talking about. But this is the Pan African Bliss, and in case you are new here, right, once again, this is the Pan African Bliss, and I am your host, Joby. You can also download the app on the Google Play Store and get to enjoy these amazing vibes. I did play you Mbwana by the one only KJ Wong, she's representing the 254, and I'm looking forward one day to host her, rather to on the Express show and see what she's all about. She has an amazing voice, and if I were to give an artist an advice, I'll give her an advice by telling her, just continue doing the same thing that you are doing. That vocal, that particular kind of beat, just about the love song, somehow you have to find where you really fit in, or maybe that of a voice that you feel so good in like the message. When you give the message, people do get to feel. For me, I feel Mbona, and the rest of the music, she's also talented, and I'm looking forward to also we'll be hosting her right here on the Black of Network Media for the 21st century. And you know how we do it before we start the day, and I have some amazing quotes. Actually, today I have so many quotes to give to you, but the first one is sometimes the wrong choices bring us the right places. And I don't know, maybe in parts of growing, or maybe at the age you are right now, you look at yourself, and or rather you look at mistakes you did back then, and you're like, I did them, yes, but you look at yourself where you are right now, you're like, I did a great choice. So despite my mistake, you forgive yourself, and you look right now at the current situation you are in, and you tell yourself, I did the best of my best, and you should not feel guilty about anything. I've seen most of us, we are held spiritually, or maybe we are held back, even like mentally, or we're not able to progress. Even when you get into a relationship, or maybe you're trying to make new friends, you're not be able to progress because you have thoughts of whatever you did, and you're not able to forgive yourself. That is one of the things that you should do for the universe, or maybe to God, to forgive you. It starts with yourself. Forgive yourself, and the rest of the things will flow. That is what it is. And the next quote I had, it says, what's the rush? Everything is coming to you. Don't put an end date on everything. Just let the universe yield it to you, because if the path is a fun path and you don't care how long it takes, that is how life it is. Most of us, we are worried. And of course, I have just a simple, or maybe the perfect quote to simplify that particular one, which I bumped into during the weekend. And it kind of caught, it caught my eye, and I wanted to share this with you, family. And tell me, how do you feel like you relate to this? Because personally, I think spiritually, and us as humans, we kind of tend to make mistakes, but those mistakes, our minds are holding them back from us not being able to progress. So this says, this is a total mind F. Let me not say F, the rest of the word. This is a total mind F, just to awaken your mind. And it says, so I'll give you a minute to amplitize your brain and maybe read again. Wanting positive experience is a negative experience. Accepting negative experience is a positive experience. And it also says, it's what the philosopher. It's what the philosopher, if I'm reading that right, kindly correct me. It says that it's what the philosopher Alan Watts used to refer as a backwards law, and the idea to more you pursue feeling better all the time, the less satisfied you become. As you pursue something only, it reinforces the fact that you lack in the first place. The more you desperately want to be rich, the more are and unworthy you feel. Regardless of how much money you actually make, the more desperately you want to be sexy and desire, the uglier you come to yourself. Regardless of your actual physical appearance, the more you desperately want to be happy and loved. I don't know if you relate with this, but I think it just simplifies. Like, we tend to focus on it's like you see something, and caught my mind where they say that wanting positive experience is a negative experience. Like, whenever you're trying to focus your mind on some positive things, there's always the negative, the negative thought that is always hindering you back. And the more you're trying to fight the negative experience, the more positive you become. That is how the laws of the universe do to work. But I don't know if you agree with me, and if you do, I hope that I have given you the best of the best today. And Richie, you're saying that let me see what you're saying, that Richie King, you're saying that you know what time it is. Okay, I'm not getting you, but kindly let us be on the same page. That is what I can really say. We'll get back onto some music. Then when we come back, I'll be giving you some some of the things that are going right here on the African continent. And of course, I have an African trivia question for you before we finish the program. And I hope that someone will be able to get this particular one right. So we get onto some music, and this is by the one and only Paul Raj. It says, "Be great. As much as you forgive yourself, ensure that you're also being great to yourself." And let me just see. I actually disappeared, but let me get it right. Paul Raj and featuring Maki 2, playing right here on the Black Fire Radio Media for the 21st century. We'll be right back after this short music. Good morning, Samuel. I can see you. Thank you so much for joining us today. We missed you, Manze. Finally, you are here. Today, you woke up a little bit early. Karibu sana to the Pan African Bliss. Hope that this week is doing you great as you get to enjoy these amazing vibes coming, playing you all the way from Zambia and right here on the Black Fire Radio Media for the 21st century, to wherever you are listening to us. Yeah, playing right here on the Black Fire Radio Media for the 21st century. That is the one and only Paul Raj, coming all the way from Zambia, and we did have him on the Rhythm Sculpture some time back, and he did also get to give some sentiments about the Zambian country. and we hope that we'll be able to host him some time back, and also he'll be telling us how far does he feel about his music career and maybe the next project that he's looking forward to do, and we'll be able to see what is all about. We are back right here on the Black on Friday Radio Media for the 21st century. This is the Pan African Bliss. Once again, in case you are joining us for the first time, it is 20 minutes past 12 p.m. right here in the 254. I don't know about you, King. What is the time over there where you are listening and watching us from? What is the time over there? I wanted to give you some 16 unique facts about the animals. And before that, I also have some question before I get to give you, the 16 facts about the, 16 unique facts about animals. I have an African question, an African trivia question, and that this is, I want you to mention before the end of the program. It might be easy to you. Some of us maybe might not be knowing, but which is the smallest country in Africa? I'll be looking forward to the answer before the end of the show. Which is the smallest country in Africa? If you are able, I wish I could say I'll give you some lottery of money, but it is just gaining some knowledge. That is what I can really say. Which is the smallest country in Africa? I'm looking forward to see who gets it correct, and maybe just a shout out. That is what I can say. I wish I could give you some lottery of money, but I can't. But let's get back to the business, and I wanted to give you some 16 unique facts about animals, and one of it is that the heart of a shrimp is located in its head. I don't know many of you know a shrimp, but personally I also did have to check what a shrimp really looks like. A shrimp looks almost something like a locust, or maybe something like a crab. Let me show you what it really looks like. And they are saying that the heart of a shrimp is located to its head, and it's quite amazing how you get to see animals. I don't know, but I'd love to see animals being operated and get to study the inner parts of animals, like especially the brains, because when you look at some animals, you wonder if they have brains, like how some humans, we do question some people, like, do you have brains? Now I'd love to see if really animals have brains, like do they really have, and how tiny is it, or how big is it, how big it is in terms of like an elephant or maybe a lion. I don't know if they really, I think they have brains. Let me just say so. I think so. But the second one is a snail can sleep for 3 years. That would really shocked me very, very bad. I don't know how a snail can sleep for 3 years, but that is really crazy. Gerald Mosquito, you're saying good grand rising, and to you too. And you are also saying that by the size or population. Come again with the question. Oh, I think by the size. Yeah, which is the smallest country, by size in Africa. In Africa. I'll be looking forward for you to answering me that particular one before we end the program or before the end of the show. And the fourth unique fact that I know about animals is that slugs have 4 noses. Slugs. So let me just share a shrimp, how it looks like. Maybe if anyone just wants to see what it really looks like. And they're also saying that slugs have 4 noses. And another thing is that elephants are the only animals that can jump. Elephants are the only animals that they can jump. I've never seen an animal jumping. I don't know how or where, but that is what they are saying. And they're also saying that a rhinoceros horns is made of hair. Personally, I've seen that particular one. So those are just the 6 facts that I know about. In case you have any about any animal that know, I'd also be looking forward to learn something about them. And Samuel, you are also saying that let me get to read this particular comment. Right, you're saying that you want to bet a bet job. Nah, not me. I don't want to bet. I just said if you know that if you know the smallest country in Africa, I'll be looking forward to know about that particular one, because I know most of us do not know. And of course, with the matters of indoctrination, or maybe the facts of the school, where the school did not even get to teach us more, or maybe educate us more about the African continent, about we Africans. I think we also be able to know little by little every day as we get to learn something. John Mosquito, you're saying that let me read this one. All right, you're saying, okay, just a minute. The laptop is misbehaving, but yeah, you're saying that do you know elephants can also draw? No, I don't know about that one. I'm hearing it from you, General Mosquito. Me too, I don't know, Samuel. I really do not know. But let me get straight to the matters of the day that I wanted to talk about. And one of the issues that I had is that the matters of bribing and corruption that has been going in the country, especially in the 254, and where the youth have to get, despite the youth not right now being given the opportunity not to represent the certificates or maybe the diplomas and the PhD for you to get a job, we also have the government officials, all the people who are working for the government, who are also taking money from, from people who are seeking jobs. And right now, one of the senior KDF officer has been charged by receiving 90,000 Kenyan shillings to influence the recruitment of the KDF. And he goes by the name Robert Kiprop Mutai. He appeared before the senior principal magistrate Boaz Omboy at the Langata barracks. And the Kenya Navy officer is accused of committing the offenses during February 2021 in the national recruitment drive. And one of the charges is obtained to him receiving 90,000 Kenyan shillings for him to give a youth a job. And I've seen this ongoing, and of course, we've been discussing this day by day. But again, I also said something that also the citizens they also do get to contribute to corruption. How? Because there's a 23-year-old who are also been arrested by attempting to bribe a KDF officer with 400,000 Kenyan shillings for him to get the job, which is, you can see, even if we fight corruption, we also have the citizens who are also being influenced to do this particular kind of thing. Like I have to give money for me to get a job. I have to have connections with this and this. Then I can give them small token of money. And then I'll be able to fit in, which is so bad. Some of them have really trained so hard. Some of these people sweat so hard just for you to fit in a situation or for you to get a job. Yet you feel like you can get things easily. So I'd love to urge the seniors, rather the people who are in charge of the recruitment. For one of them has been arrested, but the person who is going to be LNS, because I don't know how the case is going to be run, or how maybe he's gonna be let to walk scot free, or what is really going to happen. I hope that they get to be able to stop the matters of corruption, because we can never continue being biased. We need to be equal, because when you get to engage in matters of tribalism, whereby you are a Kikuyu or maybe I'm a Luya, not because you are a Luya who is a senior KDF. If I give you some money because we come from the same tribe, you feel like you can take it and be able to give me a job, which is so wrong. And I hope people will be able to stop that particular kind of manner. And also to the citizens, let us do things equally. Let us fit in situations equally, where you don't have to feel like you're special enough. Yes, we may be coming from the richest family, but nothing comes in a silver platter. You have to go the hard way. That is what I can really say. That is what is happening right here in the 2.4. And getting to other matters is about this young lady who was trending during the weekend. And she went ahead and posted on Twitter that she is a single young mom, and the baby daddy left her, and she just made people sympathize with her, like how she was left, the trauma of being pregnant for the first time. She dreamed of baby shower, but she never got all that. So she came up with an organization of helping young moms, and like giving them something like diapers, some oil, some just doing some small shoppings and going to the communities and helping young girls. But what really happened is that this girl trended, like in less than 24 hours. She got like expressions of like 3 million tweets and stuff. But what is the worst thing is, it just came forth on Monday after her being she was like interviewed on one of the media casts that we have right here in Nairobi. And she went ahead and said that she has a foundation. Yes, she's helping young moms, but the boyfriend, now the baby daddy, he used this particular kind of information to scam people, where the girl has an account of us, and also the baby daddy has an account of us. So it went ahead and they say that she's not the one who wrote all the tweets, and it's the baby daddy trying to scam her, and she had already gotten a donation of 1 million. But right now the organization, which goes by I think it is something to do with Mshanga, I'm not really sure, but an organization where you get to donate money for needy people and stuff. Right now they have started refunding money to people, because there's no way you can use pity and take people's money just because you feel like you unataka kuomoka. Because from the charts, they were tracking the charts, and they were like, the money is rising now, I'm going to buy a new car, I have to pimp it like this and stuff. They were bragging, and the whole conversation linked, and that is what really happened. You are saying, I don't know. Samuel, you're saying I don't know, and I also said I don't know, and you are also saying that hello to General Mosquito, and General Mosquito is saying that yes, Samuel, they can be trained to draw themselves, and the modern day elephant has even stopped growing tasks to avoid being pushed for the task, according to the researcher. That is really amazing. Personally, didn't even know about that particular one. That is really, really amazing. I'd love to see how do they get to draw with the pipe thing, or what do they get to draw it? Because that is the only way I know that an elephant feeds itself, and maybe that is the only way it can communicate, and that is what is really happening. And going back to other matters before we take a short musical break and come back, it is the bomb explosion that happened yesterday in Uganda. Right now 33 people have been reported dead, but Yoweri Museveni has sworn that he's going to track the sheikhs who are behind this. Personally, I was thinking about the whole situation, and they are saying that it is two twin brothers who are seen by the CCTV cameras, and they had the bombs themselves, and that the bomb exploded with them, the two of them. That is the whole thing that is really being reported. But let me get to read this whole thing that they are saying. They're saying that at least 33 people have died, and the two suicide bombers were clearly captured by security cameras, and then there were two motorbike taxi drivers, and they donated the bombs, and they were carrying on themselves. They killed themselves instantly, and the explosions occurred in the central district of Kampala, near the central police station and the entrance to the parliament, and that is what the police were saying. And they also say that we have dispatched a team to the area of Uganda Red Cross, that is the spokesman, and the twin attacks follows the two blasts that happened that Kate was telling us about yesterday on the Rhythm Scoop show. Well, for me, I think, well, I remember Keith asking if there are Muslims in Uganda, and we said no. And of course, personally, I've not also seen Muslims in Uganda, but I don't see how two people will come with a bomb, especially they are related in a way, and just be ghost. One stands in another place, and the other one stands in another. One was standing in near a police station, and the other one was standing near the parliament. So it's either they were, personally, from my own thought, but I don't know what you think about this. My own thought is that maybe they were, or maybe their lives were threatened, and it was like dwelling under the whole country, maybe Uganda, the Kampala, and I don't know. That's what I really think. They either were sent, or maybe their lives were under threat, either by some government officials, or maybe, because I really don't know. Because yesterday we were saying it's either Museveni. They want to kick Museveni out of power and elect another presidency. But again, I think no, it could be something to do with the Al-Shabaabs. I don't know how, but we'll be able to see what happens before the end of the week, because he has sworn that he's going to find the victims, and he claims that they are the sheikhs who are behind this. For now, we're going to take a short musical break. When we come back, I'll be telling you more of what is really happening right here on the Black Fire Radio Media for the 21st century. I'll be looking forward to read your comments on our Facebook, on Twitter, and also on Instagram, as you get to tell me what you think about this particular jam. And this is by the one and only Josephine Bud. Keep it the Black Fire Network. We'll be right back.
This is Black Fire Radio.
See, they never know me. Why so full of jealousy? They never know, say I am the sweetest in the Lord. They never know, say I am the sweetest in the world. Oh, give me like pressure, let me give you pressure. You will love me, you will love me. Love me like thunder, love me like thunder. You will love me.
This is Black Authority.
Yeah, and that's the one and only Josephine playing right here on the Black Fire Radio. That is bad, and she is bad. She has amazing, amazing talent and an amazing voice. Let us get back to the matter of the day, and I wanted to take you straight to an issue that has been burning me, and actually I think also young girls. And this also relates with the same issue that I've just hinted on this young girl who went ahead. She's a single mom, and she also did get to manage. I don't know it is if they did get to collaborate with the baby daddy and they went ahead and made up the story. They got a donation of 1 million, but the good thing is that the money they asked, the foundation, rather the app of the whole thing, they have already begun refunding people's money, because there's no you're going to fraud people and make them feel pity for you, yet you're claiming how you're going to buy a Lamborghini or you're going to buy a Mazda or something else. That is really bad. But I wanted to hint a little bit on the matters of peer pressure, and I think that is one of the things the young girls are really facing. And one of the things that I did get to realize, whether you want to agree with me or not, men trap women with babies too. That is one of the things. Men do also do get to trap women with babies, and I've seen ladies or other young girls, people that I did also get to finish maybe school with, or maybe people who are at my age. Yes, it is good to make a decision. As I said, you might have made a decision, you're like, maybe I made a bad decision, but when you look back, you're like, nah, it was not a bad decision. You're like, I made a good decision, and look back, you're like, it was a mistake. It is the vice versa of it. But I think personally, men are trapping women with babies, and this is how, especially if you are independent in your own way. One, there is a man who's going to come around you. Yes, you're all all planned and all stuff, but it takes just a minute for a man to waste you. And I've seen how ladies out here are really going through so much when it comes to you have given birth, then this man leaves you, you're there stranded. Maybe you can't go back to your parents' place. You had this baby maybe because of peer pressure. I've seen young girls falling into peer pressure because of you feel like you are behind time. You feel like you need to fit in the if you need to fit in place because a friend of yours now is married, he's living the best, she's living the best of her life, she has a baby, that is her man, she's able to take care of me, take care of him, or take care of her. Do not fit in a situation just because you're seeing other people trying to do that. This goes to the young ladies and also maybe to the parents. Encourage your children, or now not to allow peer pressure to overcome them and to do decisions that they later regret, because you have a lot to live, you have a lot to achieve at the youngest of at your 20s. Let me just say, the moment you attain 18 years and you're capable of knowing what you really want in this life, don't allow peer pressure to be one of the things that will calm you down or maybe shut you down just because of people told you do this and this. But let me get straight to the matters that I wanted to discuss about, and this is about Nigeria also, that right now Nigerian Judicial Panel has confirmed that an army shot and killed unarmed protesters during the NSAS protest. And right now they have said that the Nigerian Judicial Panel says that the army soldiers shot and injured and killed a peaceful protester demonstrating against police brutality at the Lekki toll gate in Lagos. That is in October 2020. And the report calls the shootings a masquerade. A masquerade. That is, if that is I'm pronouncing it right. And the police also shot and assaulted and battered and armed protesters, which led to injuries and deaths. And right now, 11 people, all males, were killed, while other 4 are missing and are presumed dead. Out of the 48 persons identified as victims of the Lakey shootings, according to the report that has been given out. And this is the same thing that is also has been happening. Rather, I did get a report some time back that was happening right in the 254. And I don't know why we can never do a protest peacefully without the government official or other people are employed by the government not coming forth and just shooting people. Just the other day, I did get to say of lecturers who had striked, but I said, you as a leader, rather you as an official, you are working under the government official. It is up to you. You come into your senses. That is one thing I think these people, they really lack. It's like they're somehow crazy. Let me just, sorry to say so. They're really crazy, because if you see a situation, I think you should come forth, calm the situation down, and talk to people, get to see what they're really talking about, how they really, what is it that the message that they have for you. But most of these officials I've seen, all they do is throw tear gas. It end up becoming a violence, because you're just trying to protest in peace, but now you want to fight us. It comes and turns up to a fight, and you hear people losing their lives. And this is what we are really talking about, the same thing that is really happening in Tigray, where you're trying to do something maybe peaceful, you want to do this and this, but the media gives out this information, maybe this kind of false lies are being given out. So I hope for the people who lost their family members, justice is going to be served, right? Because they're saying at the Lekki toll gate, officers of the Nigerian army shot and injured, killed and helpless, defenseless protesters. This is really bad, because if I don't have any weapon on me, I don't see why you should come and attack us. It's just for you to stand where you draw the lines in between, and then let us talk, communicate. But that is one of the things that I've seen most of our government officials really get to lack. But that is what is really happening in Nigeria. And I don't know what you think, or what are your thoughts about this particular matter. General Mosquito is saying that it wouldn't be the first time Nigerian troops shot protesters. It's not only in Nigeria. I've not heard of a case right here in Kenya where anyone has been shot because of protesting, but I've seen it that's becoming a violence because of a tear gas being thrown at you. You're just trying to communicate or give out a message peacefully, but it ends up being a fight. And it's high time that they also come to stop all this, because if justice is not served right just because they work in the government officials, that is lack of justice to the citizens, lack of lack of justice to the citizen. That is what I can really say. And I hope that they get to face, the full charges of whatever they really did get to do. And let me get to other matters that I wanted to talk about, which is Ethiopia. But for now, I'll take a short musical break. When I come back, I'll be telling you what is happening in Ethiopia, as we also get to discuss about the matters of Gadhafi. On Monday, I did get the son of Gadhafi, no Gadhafi, sorry. On Monday, they get to hint that he did want to stand for presidency. But right now, Liberians have come forth and said they do not want him, because he's still wanted by the international criminal investigators. So there's no way he's going to stand up for presidency. He is not supposed to be given the opportunity. I'll be giving you the headlines of what is happening, and still some other news of the 254 about a certain comedian who is trying to also fight for the youths to get justice in the same way, but it also ends up being fight. I don't know, whenever you're trying to protest at peace, there's always something that is going to come up, and I'll be sharing also some videos of what really went down. Keep it the Black of Fire Network Media for the 21st century. For now, we're going to take a short musical break once again. When I come back, I'll be telling you what's up with the 254, with Liberia, and also with Ethiopia. This is Hustle by the one and only, I'm trying to find, Karakevo. So keep it the Black of Fire Network. We'll be right back.
This is Black on Fire Radio, media, 21st century.
Every day everybody's hustle, level up your business, hustle, come on, high life is this, hustle, sucker, mula,
Well, General Mosquito, I don't know even if I'll just hint on near the 254. I don't even know. I'm not sure if they have rubber bullets right in the 254. I barely know because whenever just a small fight comes up or maybe a small place comes up, it's always the real weapons being used. Tear gas all over, people shooting all over, and it ends up being fight. And at the end of the day, you find that people are losing their lives. So I do not know if the 254 has rubber bullets. I'm here to confirm that particular one, and I'll be telling you what is really happening.
Tunasonga kama matutudhi, pull up to something. Tulitoka just from nothing, tunapanda up to a highland. You work hard na kustrive, kama sasa napanda nafanya nasaka passion kila mara. Na kushake place tumetoka juu tumechoka kungoja mabola tupokee hizi madola. Soka na wera tukonda lakini mola kilola kwa maisha bora. Kuna kutoka kila safi kila kona. Hustle, every day to hustle. Hustle, level up your pace, hustle, coming high life is face, hustle, sucker, mula, hustle, every day people just hustle, level up your pace, hustle, coming high life is face, hustle, sucker, mula, bado mina rap this low life, nikisaka tu hizi mula, nikiweka bila kutoa, nikificha white na suru. Wasijue tu mina weka, one day tu mina ball, keep dreams up so high, don't love them on money. Saka, pesa, saka, mula, saka, money, saka, bed, saka, janta, saka, kazi, saka, mula, saka, mula, hustle, every day people just hustle, level up your business, hustle, come my life is face, hustle, sucker, mula, hustle, every day people just hustle, level up your business, hustle, come my life is face, hustle, sucker, mula.
Yeah, and that is hustle by the one and only Triple K, and that is what he's giving us every day. It is hustle, and that is what everyone needs to do. You are grinding and getting the paper, and keeping busy with yourself. Bro, you are back right here on the Pan African Place. My name is Joby T's for 13 minutes to 1 p.m. right in the 254. I don't know about General Mosquito, Rich King, and also to Samuel and to the rest of the family who are listening to us. What is the time over there where you're listening and watching us from? And how are you enjoying the show so far? You can tell us through our social media handles. We are on Facebook at the Black Out Fire Network Radio Station, on Twitter at the Black Out Fire Network, on Instagram at the Black Out Fire Network, and also on Twitter, use the hashtag WCW. You can also slide on our Instagram DM at the Black Out Fire Network. I'll be sharing my link in case you're looking forward to interact with us or maybe give your sentiments before I end the show. But we are way a bit far to end it, and I wanted to give, just to tell you, I've confirmed actually that Kenya does not use, every time there is a demonstration, they never use any rubber bullets, and that is what I've really confirmed. And it really shocked me because there was a time, and it is quite serious, because there was a time when during curfew, right in the 254, I remember the first time where I was really staying, when curfew restrictions were really so hard. A 4-year kid was shot on the balcony just because the policeman. I'm in my balcony, but you are shooting a gun at me. Don't know if they thought it was an adult, but still they had no right to shoot a kid who was just standing on the balcony, not outside like on the street walking, which was so bad. And also a 16-year-old was hit by stray bullet as police workers were walking in a certain place, during a certain demonstration, rather, protest, right in the 254. And it is a high time that also the government officials, or these officials who are employed in these particular sections, they be careful with people's life, because there's no way. Yes, you might be working under the authority, but it is not right. You use your power just to kill people, because I've seen some people, other the policemen, especially when it comes to bribing. Yesterday when I was coming to work with the matatu, I saw the Nissan stood aside, and there was a certain policeman who was just standing on the side, and he was like, why did you have to pick those passengers over there? That is just, I don't know. They were arguing on a certain way, but he ended up taking 200 from this driver. So I was like, then again, he goes ahead and points him. I'm like, why are you pointing him? And you've just taken money and you're acting like, you are angry and it's like you want to arrest him. Bribing is really one of the ways that will never be, or the corruption and bribing that is really being promoted right here on the African continent is one of the ways that will never make African continent be able to develop, because we have the puppets who are taking money from citizens. We have the policemen who will never walk in a corner. If you have dreadlocks, you'll never walk in peace. If you are maybe a hawker also in the streets, you're trying to sell your things, you have to give some money to some people just for you to run your business at the end of the day. So you find that so many people, the matters of poverty is also being, contributed by all these people. We'll never be able to work, to be able to be moved forward. But let me share my link in case maybe you want to interact with us, and you are feel free to come and give your sentiments as well. Sepo Simono, karibu sana. Hope you are doing great. And the General Mosquito is saying that Ghana are now even using police dogs. Now it is the police, now in the police force. I think I don't know. I really don't know how to relate this story, but it is really, really crazy. It is really, really crazy, and I hope that people and citizens are going to be able to live at peace, because where we're really heading, citizens no longer lack peace. You walk on every corner, or rather, if you even have a business, like you're trying to run any business, it always ends up like you have to give some 200 shillings or maybe $1 for you to survive in a day, or rather to run your business in a day. And you find at the end of the day, all you have to make there, maybe it's 1,000 bob, or maybe 200 shillings, or maybe 500 shillings for you to be able to pay your bills. You have to pay the city council services people, the services, the people who are working on the service and all those things, paying tax and all these things. It is really crazy that people will never be able to run, their all thing smoothly. Suppose Simone, you're saying that adoption of appreciators. Okay, methods. I do not. I didn't get that particular one. But let me get to other matters. Yesterday was this comedian who goes by the Eric Omondi, and I did also get to mention him on Monday. He was arrested because of protesting onto the parliament because of the matters of entertainment. And the reason why he was arrested, I do not understand why. Because it has come to a point, because Kenyans were complaining when the international youths come here, they're given the privileges. And also we have the KFCB, which is the standard for entertainment, which have not been doing anything to promote the young artists, rather to give them opportunities in this industry, or to elevate them in any way. So they were protesting peacefully, but the head of the protest ended up being arrested. I do not really understand why, but matters of justice and injustice is being conducted in this particular country, in this continent, where things will never be run fair. If you try to do something peacefully, you look like the bad person. If you do it violently, now you end up being killed. So I do not understand how we need to communicate our own issues and be heard as youths, or maybe as people, and how hope that with the entertainment industry right in Kenya is going to be lifted up. And of course, I also want to give a shout out to one of the TikTokers right in the 254. She goes by the name Azad Nasani, and she was nominated for the People's Choice Award. And we are hoping, looking forward to see the results today, that she's going to bring this home, because she has been doing the most. And when you see young girls trying to do what they have to do, and showcasing your talent outside there without having to bribe anyone, or without having to remove your clothes for someone for you to fit in a situation, it is really amazing. And I'm proud of Sepo Simonino is saying that mates, please let us be on the same page. Let me understand. But I'll share the link in case maybe you want to join and make me understand what you're really asking about, or maybe what I'm trying to relate on. I'll feel very, very proud. And the General Mosquito is saying that I thought it was a new chicken joint. Okay, I don't know what you guys are really talking about, but once again, karibuni. In case you have any question, you can use the link. And of course, let me just put the number right here before we wind up, as I get to discuss the matters of Gadhafi, the son of Gadhafi, who on Monday I did get to report that he wanted to vie for presidency, but he has been denied. The Liberians have said that he is not going to be given the chance to run for presidency or to register, for this particular position. They have said that the registration of self as Islam Gadhafi don't know why they call him Gadhafi, son of slain dictator Muammar Gadhafi, to run the next month presidential election, causes controversy among the Liberians. And the Liberians' first ever direct presidential poll, with the first round on December 24th, would mark the climax of a process launched last year by the United Nations to try to draw a line under years of violence since the revolt of the troop Gadhafi in 2011. And they're also saying that I consider South's nominations as unfair because he is still wanted by the International Criminal Court and has many rulings against him. In addition to that, he is a controversial figure to the Liberians. So, personally, when I read about the issue, I said I don't see him coming to make a change in Africa because one, he will be working under threats. We've seen why African leaders work under threats. I don't want to say threats. Yes, they know what they are doing. But I was saying yesterday, how sure are we that they themselves do not even know, the leaders themselves? How sure are we they do not even know they have been indoctrinated by being given how, or rather being given authorities on how to run your country? Because that is one thing I'm trying to understand. Yes, we the Africans, or we as the normal common wananchis, we might be, or rather we might have grown up with the indoctrination of the leadership, the system of education and everything, but still, as much as we fought for freedom, I say we are not free in any way. We are not able as Africans, we're not able to make our own decisions. It's a must, like we saw yesterday. The US Secretary was said to come right here on the 254 to make some decisions. Why is it that we cannot make decisions for ourselves? Why is it that we cannot just come, or rather put all this behind us and start all over as an African nation, or rather as an African continent, where we bring up, or rather come up with another African union with real and true leaders, which I know, yes, is going to be so hard before we get to that point. But that is what we really need, because I do not see, and I said I did not see Gadhafi, or rather the Gadhafi son, coming to make a change in Africa. Gadhafi was to make a change, and that is why he was killed. But the son, definitely he was maybe released under a certain circumstance, or maybe some certain decisions. He was to register for presidency, and if he is to win, he's still going to be under rules. And of course, he's still wanted by these international courts, criminal courts. So he's not free. There's no he's going to ever make a decision for his own country. There's no he's going to be able to make a say to his own country. I don't know what you think about this, Gerald Mosquito, but I can see you saying that does he have pending charges, or is he in the run? He is on the run. I don't know if he has any pending charges. They have not said anything so far. And I remember Specs was the one who was giving us the news the time he was released, and I cannot clearly remember the details. So I'm not sure if he has any charges, but I'll be telling you during the Rhythm Scoop show. But for now, I guess maybe you have any sentiment about it, because that is my own thought. They might not be allowing him because, one, he's still wanted by the International Criminal Court, and due to this, personally, I think is not going to make any change in Liberia. So that is why Liberians do not really want him. And he might be elected and maybe go against the law, and they end up also murdering him. So I don't know what you think about this, but for now, I'll be taking this short musical break. When I come back, we'll be winding up. And you'll also be giving me the answer of the trivia that I asked, the African question, the African trivia question that I asked you, and which is the smallest country right here in the African continent? Which is the smallest country right here in the African continent? I'll be looking forward for you to answering me that, not in terms of population, but in terms of size. That is to emphasize what I'm really saying. This is EKB Super by the one and only Josephine. Keep it the Black of Fire Network. We'll be right back after this short musical break as we wind up with today's program.
Oh no no no.
This is Black Fire Radio.
And I get the shots. I go put you nice pepper soup. Because of the sun, I go do the dance together. Give me like the light from my back. To me, and run to my day. You do love me more like I got. Keep like hey, I like the shot to my body. Feel like say, baby, I like the shot to my body. Let me free and sexy, touch all over me. Give me mercy, all over me. I got you in that, so all over me. all over me. Let me be a sexy sunshine over me. Give me nicely all over me. I get you in a go all over me. Give me plenty all over me. I feel like I am. Super. Everybody does super. Oh, yeah, that's a super. I said, let me dance. I said, if I got even sweeter, tell me, say, baby, I like them. I said, that's a super. Iche, love. I love the sweet and fast, your love. It's your love now, it's your love and I tender. Super and sweet, now I'm making it. I get the cheese, I get to see ya. My love, you know the scatter. You know the scatter. You know the scatter. You know the scatter. Try over me. Give me that sleep all over me. I can feel that all over me. Give me crazy all over me. Let me be a sexy. Try over me. Give me that sleep all over me. I can feel that all over me. Give me crazy.
Is the Pan African Bliss. My name is Jovin. In case you join us for the first time once again, asante sana. And still they are why maybe the Liberians are not allowing him to run for presidency because he thinks he might not. They think he might not be, the right president or maybe the right leader to lead the country, or maybe something might come up or something might just be might be happening. But Sepo, you're saying that the Ghadhafi'S dynasty is controversial, from the bad to acceptable, and but ultimately they are okay, short-sighted, really short-sighted. And but you're saying that, but ultimately they are invaders of Africa, and we should never forget. That is true. That is totally true. I agree with you. I do not know if he's going to be allowed to run for presidency, or the case is going to run if he still has any pending charges, or what is the response of the Liberians, because I do believe they're supposed to set to go on poll maybe on 24th of December, and I don't know what about that, but I'll be keeping you updated this particular week as we get to see how the Liberians, what is the response that they have for this particular matter, or this issue that is ongoing right now. For now, to appreciate everyone who has joined us on the broadcast. But before I leave, I'm looking forward for an answer. Which is the smallest country in Africa? Who has not? You have not given me the answer. I'm not leaving until you give me the answer. Jerome Mosquito, Tsebo Simono, and also Samuel, and to the rest of the family who are here with us. I'm looking forward for your answer. Which is the smallest country in Africa? Kindly, you might be winning some lottery money. Don't just look at me. You might be winning some lottery of money, so just pull up and give me the answer if you know. General Mosquito, you are a genius, so you should have pulled up this one already when you are asking about the population, or the according to the size. I said according to the size, not according to the population, which is the smallest country in Africa. I'll be pulling up this every day to see if I'm the only one who knows these questions, or I'm the only one who does not know this question. Which is the smallest country in Africa? And I'll be looking forward for that as I get to play this amazing jam. For now, to say asanteni sana to everyone who has joined us on today's broadcast. I hope that you have enjoyed, and if not, kindly tell us where we can make it better, or how we can even make your day better by emailing us at the Black Hot Fire Network at gmail gmail.com, and we'll be looking forward to improve our level best on which areas that we need to check on. You can also check us out on the www.blackoffinetwork.com. In case you have joined us for the first time, it will take you less than a minute for you to create your own profile and get to enjoy these amazing vibes. I have discussed about the matters of Gadhafi, of the matters of entertainment industry right here in the 254 where the protest happened, and at the end of the day, the guy was arrested and released. But I do believe that also youths have a voice and they should be listened to. And to the matters of Uganda, where 33 people have died, I do hope that Yoweri Museveni, as he has said that he has sworn to find these particular people who are behind this explosion, and we hope that we're going to be able to see what happens before the end of the week. And I also did get to give you some 16 unique facts about animals. In case you missed any of that, let me just give it them quickly. And one of them is that the heart of a shrimp is located in its head, and the other one is that a snail can sleep for 3 years, and the other one is that slugs have 4 noses, and the other one is that elephants are the only animals that can jump. And of course, Jerome Mosquito did also tell me that elephants can draw, which is really so amazing. And the rhinoceros has horns, is made of hair, and that I know because personally I've come into eye contact, eye to eye with a rhino when I went to some animal orphanage, and I was given the privilege to touch because they are trained in a certain way. I want to say asanteni sana to everyone who has joined us. I hope you have learned something at the end of the day. And for now, to say Kwaherini, Sepo Simonio is saying it is Gambia. That is correct. And also Jerome Mosquito. Jerome Mosquito, you waited for Sepo to answer, then you went ahead and answered. But you're also saying it is Gambia. And I appreciate you for answering that particular question. Yes, the smallest country in Africa, it is Gambia. Tomorrow I'll be giving you a tough one. So be able to keep Google away and Google your mind very quickly. You're also saying that is Mary J. Bling doing a show near next job? Yes, she is. Mary J. Bling, she's bringing. Oh my goodness. Yes, she is doing a show right after this. For now, to say Kwaherini, have a lovely, amazing afternoon. I'll be playing you some a South African Amapiano vibe. And this is by the one and only Kamamfela, Mama Zala. And I hope that you get to enjoy this particular one. For now, to say Kwaherini, I'll see you on the Rhythm Scoop Show. Have a lovely, amazing rest of the night or the rest of the morning that you are having right there. Thank you for tuning in. Hope that you be able to catch up with Kate as well on the African Diary right here on the Black of Fire Radio. Much love, much peace. Bye.